If you want to climb in League of Legends, it is very important to understand wave management. So in this video, we will be going over the basics of wave management. The first thing to understand is slow pushing. Now, slow pushing happens when your wave has a slight advantage over the enemy wave. So for example, here I will auto-attack this wave once, and you will see that it will be enough to create a slow push. A slow push, very simply put, is when your wave is slowly pushing into the enemy turret and you're building up waves. I'll make a separate video on when you should slow push and how to consistently slow push, since there are too many variables to explain in such a short video. When you create a slow push and you finally push it into the turret, it is called a crash. So for example, right now this wave has crashed into the enemy turret. The next wave state to understand is a bounce back. Now, as you can see, because I built up such a big wave, it takes the enemy turret a long time to kill all of these minions. So the next wave arrives whilst the turret is still dealing with this slow pushed wave of mine. So what ends up happening is the enemy minions arrive faster than my own, and enemy turret also kills off my minions, and the mix of that both creates what is called a bounce back. When the wave bounces back, it basically means that now the enemy wave will default slow push into my wave. So now you can see that the enemy wave is now really big and it is now slow pushing back into me. This concept is vital to understand, especially when it comes to pro play, but I'll make a separate video for that. The next wave state is called freezing. Freezing happens when you tank a crashing wave and you do not let it crash into your turret. So you basically tank the wave. I'll make a separate video on when exactly you should freeze, since this is super misunderstood. I see very few players who actually know how to freeze. In fact, I've never seen one under Grandmaster. The last term which I will explain to you guys when it comes to wave management is called thinning out the wave. Now, thinning out the wave is when the wave is really big in a freeze and you basically trim it essentially so that the wave isn't too big. Now, you only need 3 minions to freeze. So for example, here I have 4 and that is enough to maintain the freeze. So I end up thinning out the wave so I don't have to tank too much damage when I decide to freeze the wave.